Hey, what's going on, friends? My podcast every day is broken up into two parts on the free platform. The first part, Act 1, is right now. When it's all done, go right on over to Act 2 to get the second half of the podcast. Thank you so much for checking out my show. Hello and welcome in to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports. Reach out to them if you're interested in getting a Yamaha golf cart, the best in the business, either gas or propane. Their website, impactpowersportsmi.com. Reach out to them. They also feature side-by-sides, ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, e-bikes, go-karts, riding lawnmowers, snowmobiles, everything. Anything with an engine. And they have a service department that they can help you out in case you get in the weeds on anything, maybe with your existing gear, or maybe you want to trick out your whatever it is you buy. Have fun with it at Impact Power Sports. You're the type of guy who rides around on muddy trails if you've gotten something from Impact Power Sports. You purchase a off-road vehicle permit. You put it on there, and then you... Up north is all trails. It's outstanding. I wish I had something like that. I should get something like that from Impact Power Sports. Welcome to you all. Hope it is going well for you. Where we are right now, it is... it's been a lot of rain, I guess. There's had been an issue of like a drought here. And that's pretty much nipped in the bud now. Pooh Bear informed me that today in the school setting where she works with the class, they are off to the zoo today for a field trip. And it's rain or shine. And I'm like, oh. Because it's like chilly and it's 46 degrees here and raining. And it's got some wind to it, so that feels a lot colder. And she goes, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. I go, I know exactly what you're going to do. I go, I bought one of these not long ago when I had to do a bunch of workouts. So actually, it was pretty long ago. It was about 3-4 years ago. We had to do a bunch of work outside up north. And we knew it was going to be raining, but we had to get the work done. So I went over to one of my favorite places in the world, Gemin's Hardware Store, which is one of those local Ace Hardware places, and purchased a rain suit, like a rain outfit, like the neoprene stuff, and it's a pair of pants that are like, they have suspenders and they're yellow. So she gets into those, and then it comes with a jacket with a hood, and you're completely waterproof. I go, this is awesome. You just wear this and everybody else is going to be soaking wet and miserable. That doesn't sound like a good thing. I go, do all of the kids have one of these? She goes, no, I doubt they do. I go, well, they're going to get hypothermia. Come on. I hope that moms and dads dress the kids appropriately. These are the kids in the cognitively impaired class. I hope that mom and dad made necessary provisions to make sure that the kids are warm. Stevie says, like the Gordon's fisherman. Exactly like the Gordon's fisherman. Everybody needs one of those for like $37. Be careful, though. They rip easy. Anyway, yeah, that place, Gemin's, they've advertised with me in the past. I don't think on the podcast. I think I tried to get them on the podcast. But they used to, at least on the radio, when I was working at both companies, Cumulus and Town Square. So couldn't be a better place to go. I sing the praises of them all the time. Everybody who works there, with the exception of a few younger people, is like old retirees that they've got like all the old wisdom. and you want to go, if there's any like lady that's working there, that's who you want to seek out because they know the most. And most of the people of the hillbillies that live around here, they actually don't seek out the particular females that work there because for whatever reason, they think that like dudes are the only ones who can answer questions about how to put a new doorknob on. So there'll be like 10 guys working there, each talking to 5 people. And there's one sweet lady there who can answer any question. But because of male and female stereotypes, no one talks to the lady. I'm like, oh my God. So in most cases, I seek out the lady, and then I'm asking questions about whatever. Murder lover Linda, apparently an old memory has been unlocked. I used to love the sound of my dad's boots walking around the hardware store. Old memory. Wow. You probably haven't thought of that in like decades. David is near where I am in the vicinity of the world-famous Gemmens hardware store. And he said the employees there know everything. The old ones, anyway. Yeah, that's true. And, you know, there's a whole, there's like mom and dad. And before them, it was Andrew's mom, dad, and mom that ran things. There's a whole, like, lineage. Several generations. And now the kids are working there. That empire will be theirs one day. There was a time on WBBL when I was doing my show on Cumulus when there was some story about some guy who got his lawnmower ripped off, and he was like, it was an awful story, and it was the only way he was making money. You know, he's trying to like support his kids' cancer treatment or something like that, so he's cutting lawns. And some idiot stole his lawnmower. So I reached out to the folks at Gemmens. I said, we got to get this guy a lawnmower, man. This is, you know, prime feel-good story thing. And Henry Erb from Wood TV showed up at Gemmens when we gave the guy the lawnmower. I think the guy was uncomfortable, though, because the guy, not Henry, but the guy we gave the lawnmower to, he just seemed like he was almost like disengaged about it. I don't know. I couldn't figure the guy out. But it worked out. So thank you to Gemmens over there. I love those folks. Okay. I got an email from a Robert EZ. I know about all of your stuff. I know about all your new stuff, but what I remember most, like a staple of my childhood, is your time on East Tennessee, Knoxville radio station WIMZ. Not to say the other outlets were not impactful other than that one shit show. Just joking, kind of. I want to send you something. I will cover the shipping. I just need your info and some time after knowing that it's okay. It's not anything crazy or stupid, and don't expect any acknowledgement or display on YouTube. Okay, I'll make it, and you can burn it for all I care. If it's worth to keep, then keep it, knowing that regardless of our differences, at least we live in a place that provides the opportunity of success. It is, or I guess will be, a wooden American flag that is made by everyone and their brother, but I believe mine are high subpar. I don't know if he meant to write high subpar. Maybe that's just a joke. But the largest selling point is they are completely free to you with no strings attached from a Tennessee county boy. And then he writes, parentheses, old man. That tastes bad to say to a Yankee, a damn Yankee, or possibly a trans Yankee. I'm not sure the appropriate term. Just need time to, and I need some time and send me the address. Give you my word, one man to another. This isn't a dox attempt or some trick bag. Okay. And I do believe him. I do believe that. So I sent it. I actually sent it along. I said, heck yeah, Robert, you listen to me on WIMZ. That's amazing. I love living in Tennessee, and I can't wait to see what you make. Thank you in advance, and thank you for the support. Okay, now, I know that that's kind of going against my rule about don't send me anything, but, I mean, I think I am. I did make an exception here, and I hope that works out. I'm sure it will. I'm not concerned about that. But the one thing that I'm going to go back on, it's worth, regardless of our differences. Now, I don't know what he means by that. I don't honestly have any differences with anybody. I mean, maybe different thought processes, but, yeah, in this day and age, there are people who just won't like you based on the things you think or say. Man Bun Chris says, nice knowing you, Zahner. I think he means that I'm going to get killed. Aram is here. He writes, that seems like a well thought out and sound decision. I can't tell, as usual, if there's more to that. Aram doesn't do well with what he means and says. Like, he'll write something, and usually he'll mean something else. Maureen says, I detect some sarcasm there. Well, then you got to write /S, you know? So Aram, if that is sarcasm, is suggesting that is not a sound decision to make. He is suggesting that for whatever reason, he thinks that is a mistake to send that man information so that he can send me something. So with that being said, does that mean that the idea would be it's a poor decision by me? And why? What is, let me know what's going on. Maybe it has to do with the email. Nick says that email is a little erratic at best. Okay, well, not everybody writes the same, and he might not be the best writer, my pal there, but I'm giving him a benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm doing. Mooney says, did 3G, Greg Henson, put you on a PIP yet? I don't know what a PIP is. He also adds, did Greg say your show on Q100 sucks again? No, I have not heard from Greg today. Let's see. Performance improvement plan. Okay, that's what that is. So I'm guessing that this person listened to me when I lived in East Tennessee and then found me later on in life. I am excited to see what I get in the mail. And then I can display it proudly here. It's about time that I do some new decor, frankly. I need to redo the room. I got to repaint it. There's a lot that needs to be done. I'm thinking about, I think I need more room actually in here. But nevertheless, there you go. Thank you to Robert for reaching out to me. All right. Speaking of that, you too can reach out to me, Erock at ErockZaneShow.com. I am working on a new sponsor. This nice guy named Nate, who has an auto detailing business. And I reached out to him, and I talked to him yesterday. I told you about that, actually. I didn't give the specifics of the business yesterday, but I did talk about how I caught him off guard. So I did what I do. I wrote out a little thing about why the show works and things like that. And I think I did a bang-up job because I sent it at like 9:30 last night thinking he'd look at it at some time today. Or he would look at it sometime today. And he looked at it last night, and he's very interested. At the end of the email I sent him, I wrote, I didn't want to be presumptive and send you over my pricing sheet, but if I've piqued your interest, I will definitely follow up this with pricing. Please let me know. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. He responded immediately. And let's see. He wrote, I would love to see pricing. I appreciate your call. This, if done, will be the first marketing we have ever used. We are huge on giving that percentage most companies use for marketing back to our clients that already trust us, but your way about it is different. So you have my interest. Thanks again for your time. And he signs it, and this business is it's one powered by the good book, and so he signed his name, Nate, and then he wrote underneath it, Child of God. So, and he knows me from the radio, and I sometimes feel sheepish when that happens because, sometimes I speak very frankly on here. In a way that when I'm walking around in heaven, if I speak that way, I'm probably going to be put in a corner and told, hey, around here, we don't talk like that. So it's probably safe to assume that cleaning up my act would be a fair thing by the time I get up there. But I appreciated him reaching out to me, so I sent him off the usual. Hopefully he'll take interest in it. I said, attached is pricing. Please reach out if you have any questions. Everything is a handshake deal with me. It seems to have worked for the past 7 years, and it'll continue to work. All right. Last night we did the Big Fraud Book Club, and I am really starting to love Big Fraud Book Club. We had so many damn questions about this book, but everybody's understanding it now, and true to form, because Black Belt Nick told us that Walk in the Shadows, wait a minute, Shadow Man by Brent Weeks started out slow, and then it picks up when you get past it. And he is 100% right. And everybody, The Way of Shadows, everybody had that. By the way, when I forget the name of it, that's not like an act. I just keep forgetting the name of the book, The Way of Shadows. Everybody had the same damn deal. And then after you get past a certain amount of pages, then you start realizing, okay, I get what's happening here. So we're all kind of in that spot where we're just discovering what is interesting about the book, and everybody seems really intrigued by it. So that's kind of where we are right now. I anticipate that in the subsequent episodes that happen, we'll really be like, oh my God, I cannot wait till this happens. Aaron writes, Eric's Assassin's Creed reference was funny since no one agreed. Yes. Spoiler alert, but not a big deal. When you listen back to the episode, you will hear that point happen. Where I'm like, well, yeah, that doesn't really have anything to do with it. In fact, I brought it up, and I think I might have indicated that I'd played the game, but that's not true. We're getting people who like to watch the Big Fraud Book Club episodes, either watch or listen on Patreon, who are not reading the book because we're so into it. Becca Shea says, you are just like my husband. He forgets any movie title and or name. Runner Girl Amy is here. She says, I need to catch up on Big Fraud Book Club. So if you are not yet reading the book, no problem. Still get it and read it, and then we talk about it on that show, Big Fraud Book Club. It's on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Man Bun Chris says, that's what I was going to ask, LOL. Can we watch without reading? Because I am still reading Heroin Diaries. Yeah, you got a lot of catching up to do. Heroin Diaries, that's an easy read, though. If you jump on Kava Akbar's Martyr, make sure that no one is distracting you in the room so you can really focus on what the hell you are reading. And metaphor is important in the book Martyr. Black Belt Nick, who had us read Way of Shadows, says if you have Amazon, the Kindle audio of the book is free right now. That is cool. Okay. We have today another rip-roaring Big Fraud Wednesday. Myself, Ben Glaze, and you on Patreon. Separate platform, different than this one. patreon.com/Eric Zane. Excuse me. We will both review, Ben Glaze and I, several amazing moments from recent episodes and old episodes of the world-famous Free Beer and Hot Wings show. I like to, from time to time, on this show, preview the upcoming episode by giving you like a teaser clip. Today is no exception. The first thing I'll do is I'm going to give you another example of something that happens quite regularly on the show. And it is of our boy Steve.
This person says, I quit Thai Bo within an hour.
The gang is doing a segment on people that have started something and then quit it right after. Like they start something and then within like an hour, they are no longer interested in what it is that they started. And this happens here.
This person says, I quit Thai Bo within an hour with Billy Blanks when I fell into my closet.
Dude,
Thai Bo.
Okay, that's the Steve Echo effect. And this is something that we haven't witnessed before. Thai Bo is what Hot Wings says. And in any case, it's just Steve repeating. And you will hear Steve.
Thai Bo.
But what you may have missed is he tried to echo earlier in that clip when he went, Thai. He started saying it, and then he didn't spit it out, so he had to come back around and get it. He missed it on the front side, came back around to the backside.
This person says, I quit Thai Bo within an hour with Billy Blanks when I fell into my closet.
Dude,
Thai Bo.
Don't know why he feels the urge to do that. Now, we are only scratching the surface on Steve's repeat. I don't know how far I'll get into this, but we have a 2-minute clip of Steve repeating things. Like the joke is said. Usually the joke's not that funny. And then he will repeat something with this kind of laughy, jokey voice. Thai Bo!
That must make banking hard.
That must make banking difficult.
Direx or whatever it is.
Direx.
Race you to dead man's curve.
Dead
Because
man's
people
curve.
die. They'll say, I'll give it a goog.
Give it a goog.
I'll pee in that cup.
I'll pee in that cup.
Is that why you call me Mrem all the time?
Just ask Toggy.
You dipstick?
Yeah, you dipstick.
Yep.
They call French fries palm frites.
The sound of those 10-disc CD changers in
Yeah.
the trunk.
In the trunk.
I'm a video game dog.
I'm a video game dog.
Max Joe Steel is back.
Max Joe Steel.
Wait
Your
to
hair
use that
has a
someday.
Shitty face cut.
Hey, it's Eric Zane for an amazing gift site, uncommongoods.com. Handmade artisan creations for you to buy for someone as an amazing gift. I found a storybook DIY kit. I know you've seen these on bookshelves at bookstores where it says you can, quote, open a magical portal on your bookshelf when you build one of these wonderfully detailed 3D scenarios. Went book shopping with Pooh Bear. You know, that's her thing. And she saw one of these. She goes, oh, I would love one of these. Well, it just so happens since I've partnered with Uncommon Goods, they feature these for sale. Plus, thousands of other amazing products that you can check out for that special gift for someone. The holidays are fast approaching. You can do your shopping right from your laptop or desktop or your mobile device. UncommonGoods.com. Uncommon Goods curates products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made right here in the good old US of A. Many are crafted by independent artists and small businesses because they're made in small batches. The best finds can sell out fast. So go there and look around. UncommonGoods.com. You won't believe some of the things that are available to help your shopping experience to make someone very, very happy. UncommonGoods.com has something for everyone, from moms and dads to kids and teens, from book lovers, history buffs, diehard football fans to foodies. You'll find thousands of new gift ideas that you won't find anywhere else. And it's time to save some cash. That's right. Shop early, have fun, just in time for the holidays. Get 15% off your next gift when you go to uncommongoods.com/Zane. That's uncommongoods.com/Zane right now for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommongoods.com/Zane. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
Face cut.
You guys ever feel like big bread?
Big bread.
Maybe the paper will talk about it. That's the 90s.
The paper.
Still calls sex beating the night terrors.
Beating the night terrors.
I dated a guy who thought it was a good idea to aggressively nibble the bean while he was at Y-Town.
I nibbled the bean at Y-Town.
My mother-in-law makes puke. That's what she calls it.
Puke.
Tiger shark, like across the sleeves and everything. It has a guy on a jet ski that says Monte Carlo.
Tiger shark.
We're going for the
Maitland does
oversized
Monte
look.
Carlo.
An endearingly saccharine person named
Enduringly saccharine person.
Felid of the Panthera genus.
Panthera genus.
Brooktron, unite!
Brooktron.
The Little Lightning jump rope team.
The Little Lightning jump rope team. Nothing. He wants to be nothing. When I grow up, I want to be nothing.
Fancy Sam's or whatever. I don't know.
Suck me up into his bank tube of love.
His bank tube of love.
Frosted Flakes and dirt on it.
Frosted Flakes and dirt.
There's a long line at the register.
There's a long line at the cash register.
At the last minute, I decided to go in to herd her out of there.
I went in there to herd my wife out of
Yeah. This person says I quit Ty Bo within an hour with Billy Blanks when I fell into my closet.
Dude,
Tybo.
those
Idiot. Good God. Red Bull Brain Chris says, my God, this is really getting long. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to break them up. I don't even know what to do. And that's only been like 3.5 months. Various audience members are excited and announcing that Erock is here. That is right. The one, the only. It's Eric Nagel. Check out his podcast. I love the inside baseball radio stories that Erock tells. Probably my favorite that is on my mind right now is the one he told about the job interview. The job he was offered by Radio Guy. Oh, this poor guy, outstanding ability, talent. He's forgotten more about radio than everybody else. People reach out, hey, we want to hire you. But this story was probably the worst. This radio station said, let's do this. Let's get you in here. Let's have an interview. And I don't want to steal the thunder. Oh, which episode was that, Erock, that you described how that went? If you're interested in how the radio industry works or doesn't work, it was a shining example of just a horrible, horrible display of professionalism. Seeking him out, headhunting him, saying we'd like to get you in here in a like an executive role. And he says it's an isolated story on my YouTube titled Bad Job Interview. ERIKNAGEL. You will find it and you will listen to it and you'll be like, what the hell? Erock adds, you're going to love what happened yesterday then. There's nothing I like better than old radio stories. And I've found that with a lot of the audience here about old radio stories being somewhat interesting to them. And I don't know why that is. All right. So welcome. Cole says, this is brutal. I am embarrassed for what that show has become. Bob says, is Opie going to start a podcast beef with you now, too? To Erock. Erock says, Bob, after yesterday, he will never acknowledge me again. Yeah, there was a story. Erock did a takedown recently of Opie that was also very well done. I guess Opie had been, I don't know, pissed off about something. And was gunning for Erock, and Erock really took his time meticulously and talked about Opie. All right. Bob says, where is that one? How did you label that one? Is it just Erock takes down Opie? Okay, I'd like to hear that again, and so would Bob. And Erock now is saying, he says, I called into Opie live to confront him, and he lost his mind and hung up on me. Ooh, okay. Well, that needs to be listened to. I will take a listen to that, and you all can check it out yourselves. The thing about Erock is his personality is one that is very calm. I can't imagine him ever losing his temper about anything. In fact, I would be frightened if I ever saw Erock lose his patience. The one that first engages Opie that Erock did is called Old Man Streams in Clouds. The video on my channel. Erock says, I didn't want to interrupt. I like you reviewing your old show. No, I really do enjoy that too. And a lot of people enjoy me reviewing the old show. And I'm glad that you like me reviewing the old show. I like you reviewing anything, frankly. It makes me laugh. So when I find the thing with Opie and you from yesterday, do I have to go to your channel or Opie's channel? I'm guessing you have it, which would be outstanding. Let me know in the chat so I can direct people to the right place. Okay, so today at 6 p.m. on my Patreon, we will have another edition, show number 74 on Patreon of Who Are These Freebeers, followed by the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Erock says, no, someone clipped it. I'll send it to you. Okay, if you send it, I will play it right now. That's how badly I would like to see this. So for those of you who don't know, let me give you a little bit of background. One of the most popular syndicated shows when that was starting to be a thing, Opie and Anthony. And Erock was the producer for that show. And they did a lot of great things, and he was there for all the big moments in the show, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And now, though Erock still works in the industry, in fact, he was helping run Compound Media with Anthony for the longest time. That's when I first came face to face with Erock. When Erock invited me in to be on Anthony's show, and it was a wonderful time. It was very cool. I was very intimidated. I sat down in the green room, and it was supposed to be the guy who killed Osama bin Laden on first, and then me after. And sometimes Anthony has old radio people in, and I got Jocktobered with my old show back in the day, and Erock thought it would be interesting and funny, and I don't know how interesting or funny it was, but I got the whole 2 hours because the guy who shot Osama bin Laden was not, he missed. He had to cancel. So Anthony opened up with his monologue and then invited me in, and I felt like a dickhead. By the way, newsflash, I didn't say anything, but at the time I had COVID. And it was at the time when the Omicron virus was going around. And I went to Tennessee for the first part of a trip, got COVID, and then drove in the RV all the way to New York City, and then walked into that studio and got everybody probably very sick. My apologies if anybody died. Nick says, despite working in the same building, I never knew about EZ until Anthony covered his firing. Despite working in the same building at Van Andel. That's right. You didn't even know about it. Bob says the episode with Anthony is how I found out that you were podcasting. And after that, started listening as well. Outstanding. So as I'm walking out of there, Erock said, hey, why don't you send me a show every so often? Like do a bit. Or do an hour or something like that, and then you can go ahead and we'll post it on Compound. So I did that, and we did that for quite some time. Actually, there was a couple of episodes that I filled in for Anthony with Carl when Anthony was having some heart issues or some shit. But anyway, that is how that all got started. All right, send me that, Erock, Eric@EricZaneShow.com. I don't yet see it, and I've got to hear it. Man Bun Chris says, those were fun. His platform was just too much, in my opinion. Bob says, I used to listen to O&A and Free Beer and Hot Wings back in the day. I think Compound is still a thing, but it's Man Bun Chris says it was too expensive. That's what he means by that. It's still a thing, but it's trimmed down quite a bit. Erock says, let me share some love back. EZ is a rarity in radio. That's an enjoyable curmudgeon. Much love and respect for this man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Curmudgeon is a term that you use when someone is old as fuck. It's a bad vibe. I hate that, knowing that I don't hate it that he's calling me a curmudgeon. But I am. I'm old. Never thought I'd say that. All right. Bob says, I've been listening to Compound since he launched it. Cole says, I'm the reverse. I knew who Anthony was, but didn't really listen to him till Zane was on his show. Now I've gone back and listened to a ton of O&A. It's like watching their breakup in reverse. That's why Erock should do a review about O&A. A ton of people would watch that behind the scenes. Compound merged with Gavin McInnes, censored TV. Anthony was sick of running a company. All right. This guy was one of the dudes who, on January 6th ran into the Capitol like an asshole. I'll show you him in a second. His name is Christopher Moynihan. He stormed the Capitol. He acted like an asshole. And then Trump went ahead and pardoned the guy. Now, do I think that the people who stormed the Capitol should have been pardoned? Most of those people that stormed the Capitol kind of just got caught up in the moment. Should they have been in prison? Maybe, maybe not. I guess it depends on the severity of what they did. But that's neither here nor there. Trump pardoned all, if not, or some, or most, if not all of them. And that was that. But this dude, this Moynihan character, you would think that if you were pardoned, you would avoid, being in the crosshairs. You would kind of keep a low profile. After being in the joint for however long you are or were, and you get new life, the president breathes new life into you. In particular, the president reached out to January 6ers and said, you are now all free. You could very easily parlay that information that you, in fact, were pardoned by the president and parlay that into, maybe doing spokesperson work for My Pillow guy. You could be a barker for Lee Greenwood when he shows up to sing his I Love America song. You could do about 1 million things. But what this asshole chose to do was threaten to unalive House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. This is from the day that he was in the Senate chambers. This is the guy, Christopher Moynihan. The feds saw that face and go, all right, let's find him. They found him. He's jailed. He's tried. He's convicted. He goes to prison. Trump pardons him. Yet, despite the pardon, he's now again going to be locked up. And I don't know if he'll get a pardon this time. Trump might still pardon the guy. I wouldn't. If I'm him, I try. I reach out to Trump and say, hey, I got pardoned once before for storming the Capitol. This time around, I threatened to unalive House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Will you pardon me? Now, there's two things that might make this a possibility. Hakeem Jeffries, he's got a Muslim name. Three things. He's got a Muslim name. He's a black dude, and he's a Democrat. Moynihan wrote, I cannot allow this terrorist to live. He's accused of sending a text message on Friday that said that. He also wrote that Hakeem Jeffries must be eliminated and texted, I will unalive him for the future. I mean, that is very, very specific. He's charged with a felony count of making a terroristic threat. It was unclear if he had an attorney representing him in the case. How would you like to be the state-appointed attorney that has to represent this asshole? Efforts to contact him and his mom and dad were unsuccessful. Originally, 34-year-old Moynihan was sentenced to 21 months in lockup for joining the usual suspects January 6th. Let's see. House Speaker Mike Johnson was asked about the case during a news conference yesterday. He said, I don't know about anything. And we denounce violence from anybody anytime. That's a safe, that's what you say. He says those people should be arrested and tried. Dutchess County District Attorney Anthony Parisi said his office was reviewing the case. Threats made against elected officials and members of the public will not be tolerated. His arrest was first reported by CBS. Yeah, I don't know how they found out about this. So if this moron sent a text to someone, because it doesn't say, it just says he's accused of sending a text message on Friday. He didn't send it to Jeffries. He sent it to someone. Does that mean that he had like a pal who maybe he trusted more than he should have, or thought that he had a closer relationship than was actually real, and the guy like screenshot it and sent it along? Because if that's the case, that's ruthless. My God. Erock says to Bob that all of those Would You Kindly shows from Compound are on Erock's YouTube. Murder Lover Linda says fuzzy horn helmet grand poobah guy belongs in prison. Oh, yes. What was that guy's name? Buffalo Springfield? Buffalo Happy? Donut Dan says, the Rittenhouse kid from Wisconsin. You never hear of him anymore. Smart to just move on. Jacob Chansley was Buffalo Horn guy. Rittenhouse, I think, is like a speaker. You know, you'll see one of these things in your local rural communities at like, they'll have like Freedom Fest at the local apple orchard. You pay one fee, and you get apples, a pumpkin, a dozen, a peck of apples, and you get the speakers, like the various who's who's. You'll get a Lee Greenwood tribute band, and then they'll be having Kyle Rittenhouse, and intermission is a reenactment of when the guy kneeled on George Floyd's neck at the local apple orchard. That actually has happened. There's one going on right now where they're having a kneel on George Floyd reenactments neck type of deal going on this weekend only. And you get in free if you buy a peck of apples. Very, very common around here where we live to have George Floyd reenactment moments. Thank you to Erock for sending along this clip to me. It is from yesterday, so that is outstanding. Johnny on the spot. Erock calls Opie live. I've given you the background. You know what's up. Erock is still here to enjoy. This has never been seen before by me, and I'm guessing most of you, if not all of you. And there's a history between these two now. Erock has had to defend himself from Opie. And let's just start with the screenshot. I don't know who Ron Berman is, but Opie's doing the show with them. And the fact that Opie has is backlit like that is there's so much wrong with the execution of what he does on his show, but he doesn't give a shit. So this is how it goes when Erock calls in to Opie.
Oh, they did.
Can I point out this loser? This is Erock. He used to be a producer of the Opie and Anthony show, and he drank the Kool-Aid, and now he's in Anthony's camp, and he's now with the cool kids. Erock, you're with the cool kids now, are ya?
Oh, I hate when he does that. So unnatural.
This is incredibly sad. You're incredibly sad, Erock.
Good.
Now that you're with the cool kids, how is it to be with all the cool kids, Erock? How is it that they don't goof on you anymore? Go away, you loser. What,
We always call him a fat ass. What are you talking about?
Rock? How is it that they don't goof on you anymore? Go away, you loser. Why are you up watching my shit? I don't watch anything of yours. Go ahead. Oh, he's going. Hey, a-hole, you started with. No, I didn't start with you. You're not even a thought in my life. Let me do what I should have done a long time ago.
Send me a link and we will talk it out, asshole. Fuckhead, Erock says.
Hold on. Oh, my God. The chat's going nuts. Hold on. I got to pick him off. Goodbye.
Okay, by the way, this feeling that I have inside of I'm excited, I'm enjoying this, that has never happened before while I've ever watched anything by Opie. It's always so bland and so awful. I'm glad he has someone in here to bounce stuff off of, though I don't know who this person is, nor do I know if they have anything pertinent to say. But I'm actually giddy and excited, and I've never felt this way about anything that Opie has ever done.
Wait. Hello?
Hello.
Dude, stop watching my shit. Who gives a crap what I do? Who gives a crap, Eric? Do you feel good that you're part of the cool club now?
No.
Who gives a crap? What?
You started this shit.
What did I do, Eric? What did I do to you, Eric?
You want to know what you did to me? It's laid out on a video, all proven with your text, tweets, all of this shit. You started it years ago when you walked out at Sirius XM being an asshole. Then you did shit at Westwood 1. And then
Wait. What did I do at Westwood 1?
Really?
Yeah, what did I do?
Tim Sabian hired me to produce your...
No, he didn't. You're delusional. I didn't want anything to do with you after I left.
He said Tim Sabian hired him, not you.
Sirius XM, because you weren't buying into the new show.
What show? You weren't doing a show yet.
The show.
What show?
Oh, I was doing with Carl and Vic. You weren't buying into it. So when I moved to Westwood and I was thinking of getting a producer, your name didn't even come up. You're delusional. It wasn't even a conversation. It wasn't a conversation, Eric.
Okay, what's annoying is he's not giving Erock the chance to actually speak. All right, that is Act 1 of the podcast. Act 2 is available right after this one. Go check it out. What are you doing? Don't miss a second of it. Thank you so much.